everybody, my name is Kalle Slaap and I'm a watchmaker here in the Netherlands, and I promised for some time a video about cleaning watch parts, and well, it was taught to me on the Dutch watchmaking school. When I was a teacher there, I taught pupils how to clean watch parts, so I thought it would be the easiest topic. And it turned out to be definitely not. It is much talked about, it is even controversial, and when I was talking about fellow watchmakers all over the world, you don't really discuss cleaning watch parts because it's so basic, it's not even open for debate. But when I went to Wasbenzine in Neuchâtel, watchmaking school, I saw a few tiny different liquids and ways of doing. So I thought, well, interesting. And then I was talking to people from America, watchmakers, and they used completely different liquids, or maybe not that different, but the naming was different. So it broke it up, completely open, the way of doing things and thinking about the way of doing things. Watchmaking has been for decades, but maybe centuries, a very local profession. And well, the last couple of years, especially with a YouTube channel, Chronoglide, and social media, it's worldwide now. So now we learn from each other the way of doing things. And I think that's so interesting, because it's a bit like a dialect. You speak the same language, but with slightly different words and different ways of doing. And I do love that. So what this video is about, cleaning watch parts. And maybe you've been doing it for years and years with excellent results. Well, who am I to tell you to do otherwise? But I would like to give you, especially hobby watchmakers or semi-professionals or people who just start out the hobby of watchmaking, I'd like to give you a best practice. How to start. I will give you options for all budgets. So very cheap, simple way to start, but with good results. And later on I'll show you the cleaning machines we use. We are lucky enough to have two, Elma and Greiner, and how we use them. And so yeah, I would like to give alternatives or options, and you can decide what works best for you. Well, first, the most low budget way of cleaning watch parts, and that is the simple jar. And simply manual cleaning the parts. It is time consuming, that's why professionals won't do it too much. But then again, if you're not in a hurry and there's not too much money, why not? Just clean the parts, put them on some paper so all the liquids will evaporate more easily, and that's the most easy way of cleaning the watch parts. Cleaning watch parts, we are talking about the movement of a watch. So not the watch case, not the crystal, and not the bracelet. Those go into the ultrasonic cleaner. And if you're into that, we have a video about ultrasonic cleaners here on our YouTube channel, Chronoglide. And if you have any suggestions or you want to leave a comment, please do. We really enjoy reading your comments. And even if you got questions about watchmaking or for future topics, please leave a comment down there. And I promise I'll answer them, all of them. Well, so we are talking about cleaning watch parts. And now I'm talking about mostly about mechanical watches. and all parts in a watch movement that needs to be cleaned. A mechanical watch are all gears and springs, and they are lubricated with oil and grease. And every once in a while, they say every 5 years, but maybe it's a bit longer now. If you're into that, the lubrication of watches, we've got a video of that on that topic on our Chronoglide YouTube channel. So we need to clean the watch parts. And simply, if you want to go cut right away to the chase, you have to degrease all parts. Well, simple as that, but it isn't. To degrease all the parts, you need special liquids. And that is different for regions of the world. In the Netherlands, and how it was taught to me, we use Wasbenzine, benzine, as this stuff. And when I was talking to, you can just buy it at your DIY, very cheap. And I'll leave some names in the description. And I'll show in a minute how you do it. But we use wasbenzine, benzine. And when I was talking to American colleagues, they were talking about lighter fluid. And at first impression, I thought, well, that doesn't sound real professional, lighter fluid. Because here in the Netherlands, it's just fluid for a lighter. And I thought, well, you're not going to use lighter products for watchmaking. But later on, I learned that lighter fluid is another name for naphtha. And naphtha is petrochemical and is not too far away from in compounds of wasbenzine and benzene. And I thought some English colleagues were talking about refined petrol. It's just about the same. It's petrochemical and it dissolves fat and oil. Some watchmakers I heard about, they were using a soapy water liquid. And I really would not recommend cleaning watch parts with water-based liquids. Especially older ones, they can rust. It just doesn't do the trick. And when I was talking about watchmakers who were using a soapy liquid, water-based, it was some kind of heritage of a clockmaker way of doing things, because watchmaking and clockmaking used to be for a long time the same profession. Now I really do think it's so specialized and you need different tools, different machines, different setup of your workshop, that professional clockmaking is a completely different profession as a professional watchmaker. But then again, that's my opinion. I know there are many watch and clockmakers doing an excellent job, but that's just my humble opinion. So no soapy liquid, water-based, but then again you can use that for your watch case, case back, and your bracelet in an ultrasonic cleaning machine. There's a video on that on our YouTube channel, Chronoglide. So we have petrochemical benzene, naphtha, lighter fluid, refined petrol, just about the same. And the common denominator is that you cannot dissolve water in it. if you just want to test if your liquid is petrochemical like that. It's kind of oily. Sounds strange because we want to dissolve oil, but it is. Another liquid you can use, and I learned that especially in the Swiss way of doing, is isopropyl alcohol. 99.9% refined. Isopropyl, alcohol based, is an excellent dissolver of grease and oil. And the liquids we use, the most important, not the most, but the real important aspect of it is that it dissolves quickly but doesn't leave residue. And isopropyl alcohol is excellent for that. And I know some watchmakers who refer to it as IPA, not the beer. Imperial Pale Ale, if I'm not mistaken. But this is isopropyl alcohol, and again, it's in the descriptions. Well, very important, please be aware that alcohol, or the IPA, will dissolve shellac. And shellac is used in the pallet fork here. Those blobs are shellac. And the D-shape, the impulse stone, is secured with shellac. And I won't recommend rinsing these parts in an alcohol-based liquid, because the shellac will dissolve and you'll create more problems with that. So for that I would recommend the petrochemical based fluids, like you call the lighter fluid, naphtha, refined petrol, or benzine. That's it. If you want just to simply start cleaning watch parts, you will have a benzene pot with a lid, because the solvents we are using in cleaning the watch parts, they dissolve very quickly, and those are the parts of the liquid you really want to use. So always have a lid, and otherwise you get a splitting headache and you just don't want to be working in the fumes of those solvents.